We are playing more Symphony of the Night Randomizer, specifically testing out some ideas for my upcoming randomizer tournament that we do every single year now in the fall rando tournament. So the plan is I wanted to test out some ideas, essentially, for that. Right now, I want to really hone in on whether or not I like the idea of all bosses as a win condition, as well as do I like the idea of starting in the second castle. Those are the two things that I want to whittle down first. I'd love to hear other people's opinions. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments how you feel about seeing a randomizer where all bosses being defeated is part of the win condition. I'd also like to hear how you feel about random starts, whether it's random start in the second castle, random start in the first castle. The most recent tournament did the first castle random starts. Would it be viable to have random starts both castle as well? And would that add enough variety, you think? That's another question that I'll have to figure out. I don't know. But for now, we're playing Warlock second castle start. One of the reasons I like the idea of Warlock second castle start as well is you don't have to do the Mistrise here. Or at all at the beginning of the game. Like, the Mistrise is not necessary because you start with fake gravity boots, fake double jump. So you just go to the second castle. The downside is my stats are really bad. So, getting, oh my god, Heaven's Sword. Oh, Holy Sword. There we go. Immediate upgrade. Also, do we play Wizard Hat Metal? This is good starting gear. Is it good enough to kill Galamoth? That's a question. Because this is an all bosses preset. Am I better off coming back later? I think it's like a 4-minute trip to kill Galamoth. So, like, I think theoretically it is in my best interest to come back later. The only downside is if I miss out on a progression item, but the odds of that are incredibly low. Because I can just get the warp, you know? Oh, Tolkis as well? Holy! Okay, the seed is like, hey, I know you're in a rough spot. Let me help you out here. I kind of want to kill Death as my first boss, if possible. Just to get a bunch of levels right off the bat. I'm going to do these item checks, however. So I should be able to just spam spells and kill Death and be on my merry way, hopefully. But yeah. I've always wanted to do library start. Specifically library start. That's an interesting idea. I've also been thinking about doing more to update the ideas for SotN Bingo. I don't think SotN Bingo will be the tournament this time around. Because Bingo requires its own special considerations. Okay, I think with Holy Sword and spell spam, this guy will die relatively easily. Oh, yeah. Like, my stats are not amazing, but they're good enough. Spam Soul Steal just for the iframes, get it started, yep. Off that kill, we're level 22. So, we kill first phase of Death, get level 22. Kill second phase of Death, level 23. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, him being weak to Holy helps a lot here. And Gold Ring acquired. Nice. Okay. So the other thing is, I think the low complexity isn't too bad for second castle start, maybe? I don't know. I have to think about it. Like, if you lower the complexity to 6 and you start in the second castle, does that help or hurt the feeling of these randos? I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to do this just to make sure I'm as healthy as possible. Our defense is really high because we have one of the best armors in the game. But this is still a scary zone because of the Venus Sweets. I have to make sure to... Oh, the iframes from the level up are going to make this more consistent. There we go. Nice. Easy peasy. Oh, frick off, man. Nice. I think my plan is to, if I'm gonna stay here, I'm just gonna kill Dop 40 because he's a boss and he's right here. I don't think there's anything else I really am. Slightly more damage here. Yeah, I'll have to Tolkis him. Just get as much damage as we can. I think this is more damage. If I can set it up properly. I'm fairly certain the special attack does more damage. Ooh. Gotta be careful here. It would be faster if I set it up properly. Oh, shit. If I get hit by that wing smash, I'm probably not dead because my defenses are really good, but still. Yeah, now my attack damage is really bad. This might be another situation where it's better to come back later. I don't know. Probably not. That seems reasonable. Nice. Yeah, Doppelganger 10 goes at the same time. Whoa. Ow! Yeah, starting with good defense helps a lot here, so I don't have to, like, think too hard. Ooh, power of missed out of logic is massive. So we have flight as soon as we get back to the first castle, which is really nice. I kind of like this. I don't know. I think Warlock is one of those presets that people don't like because of the slow start. But I'm kind of okay with that. I'm going to skip Force of Echo because it's not related to a boss right now. And I could always come back with the Warp later. And, like, theoretically, it's faster to check it now, but it's not that much slower to come back and check it later if I have, like, Soul of Bat, for example. So, yeah, so far, so good. I don't know. At least in my opinion. It helps that we have good items, for sure. I think my plan is go to the first castle quickly, and part of that, in my mind, means going this way to get Creature out of the way. These level ups are killing me, man. We should not be getting much more level ups from here, honestly, outside of bosses. Because, like, surely I'm, like, what, 26 by now? 25? Which is pretty high level. Especially for the first castle. Dude, my movement's very sloppy today. Hold on. There it is. I figured it out at the end. What? Dude. I just want to check this one item, please. Thank you. I'm losing it. I must have been a pixel off from picking that up. I swear to God. That's insane. Ooh, diamond, though. That's also insane, but in a good way. I should have went for the quick grab. I should stop being lazy about it. No, bastard. I'm just going to tank the damage and chase him, I think. There we go. Will there be a time where I dye my hair pink again? Maybe. I haven't planned on it. Mostly because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. It's messy. Can be messy, at least.
Dracula, please let me play the game.
I do miss it sometimes. Ego, thank you very much for the 26 months. Hope I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing all right, all things considered. Yeah, wishing you the best, Ego. Yasasuna, Girthang, Terminus. I mean, the 3 pillars of the broken swords. What the hell? The game is like, here's all the OP weapons. Have fun. What the f... I mean, Terminus is not that great, but it's still really solid outside of like a handful of bosses. And of course, Girthy is the best. However, I think I'm going to use Yasasuna just because I can. Although, I don't know. I'm not sure what's better. I think in general, girthing is probably better, but... And it doesn't lower my defense either. And the hitbox is more consistent. Yeah, it's probably better to use girthing. I'll probably switch after this fight. Although that was pretty fast. I think that's faster than if I'd done it with girthing. Maybe it might be boss dependent. I think it's just time to go, yeah. Although I do have reversal library cards as a thing, so I'm gonna grab this warp. There's a world where I reverse library card back to the second castle and then warp here. What up, Abram? Yeah, this is a pretty solid seed so far. I mean, we're 11 minutes getting to the... back to the first castle. We have Out of Logic Flight and Out of Logic Jewel of Open. We could do Silver Ring immediately, which is crazy. I'm still going to combine Silver Ring... actually, do I just do it now and then go to Alchemy Lab after? Hold on, this route might be crazy. Watch this. I have an idea. That could be Maulblung. I'm bad at the game. That was a terrible attempt. It was Maulblung. Holy. Oh my god. Dude. These quick grabs are killing me, man. I'm so bad. Oh no, chat. I've lost all my mojo. I stopped practicing them. Oh no. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Okay. So, we got one Vlad. We have 3 bosses down. Technically 4. I think I want to get Hippogriff done now. So I think the plan is I'm going to go... I'll take the doggy, yeah. I'm gonna go to... Chapel, yeah. I'm gonna go to Chapel, and then... is it worth it, though? It's so inefficient, but I might get something really good out of it. I'm just gonna get the warp and I guess go through. I'm just gonna go through Chapel. Fuck it. It's an interesting idea. I want to commit to it. It might be good. There's a world where, depending on what's at Silver Ring, this is just the correct play. The downside, however, is this could just be a Vlad, and it means I could have gotten it at any time where it's convenient or efficient. The only reason I like this play as well is because it gives me an excuse to get Hippogriff out of the way, because routing in Hippogriff can be kind of annoying in these all bosses randos. So, I don't know. What up, Chris? How's it going? Oh, I was trying to summon Spirit as it landed on me. I wonder if that would have worked. I'm pretty indifferent to antifreeze. I think antifreeze creates a more consistent rando experience. You don't lose a bunch of time for picking up a random max life ups or like getting a bunch of level ups in an inopportune way. But theoretically, there is skill expression in avoiding level ups in quick grabs. So, like, I don't know. I'm pretty whatever on it. I'm just copying the most, recent, I pressed the wrong button. Tournament, mode. The only difference is that it's all bosses win conditioned and random second castle start. Just as a way to ask myself how I feel about these two ideas. Because I kind of like the all bosses.
Stop trying to make me do 9/11.
Thank you very much, Amnes. I appreciate the 4 months. See you on YouTube later. See you. Appreciate the Prime. I'm basically just trying to hone in. Do I like all bosses as a win condition? So far, I do like it. But I haven't heard other people's opinions too much on it yet. And once these videos get posted, I imagine I'm going to be hearing people's opinions more about it later. We also need to race it more as well. I just wanted to play these for myself just to see how I feel about it without too much race pressure, I guess. Ow, that's a lot of damage. So I think if I'm going to do this, I just have to forfeit these item checks. I think they're just too slow. The other thing I like about this route is it does dump me right next to another boss. So this route only works because I found that out of logic power mist. Bastard. We'll see. Skill of Wolf? Interesting. So Wolf was at the Leapstone location, and Skill of Wolf is here. I don't know if that is leading me towards anything in logic. Especially because, yeah, Power of, Jewel of Open was in the second castle, so. Oh, that bonks? That's unfortunate. Oh, come on. Finding every way to bonk as well. Dude, I have to figure out a more consistent way to... If this is my fastest movement option, I gotta find a better way to wolf it up, you know what I mean? That's fine. I'll take a damage there. I probably don't need the Onyx. Also, there's Gravity Boots. So step 1 was Gravity Boots. Interesting. Yeah, finding every way to bonk in Symphony of the Night. Not clickbait. Yeah, I just find the idea of requiring all bosses doesn't change the way the randomizer is. It just forces you to play more of the game. Because I think the biggest issue with the way that the randomizer has been played up to this point has come down to people skipping a bunch of stuff. Because if I get like a lucky drop or I find an item my opponent doesn't find, it feels bad. But to me, that's way less egregious than finding out, wait, you didn't even go to caverns or whatever. Like, that feels terrible because there's nothing you can do to beat somebody who does that. You know what I mean? So I felt like all bosses eliminates that aspect. And there's still plenty other randomness and divergence that can come from it. Part of me is wondering if we should do just random start in general, first and second castle random start, as a way to like really spice things up. But I wonder if people will get like too tired of that. I don't know. Yeah, like imagine hypothetically, completely hypothetical, didn't happen. Maybe, I don't know. Imagine a world where I find 2 Vorpal Blades and my opponents don't, and I save 10 million years because of that. I think that's all skill.
Milk! The more milk you consume, the more powerful I become.
Thank you, Lion Guru. Thank you. Spike Breaker, interesting. So that means Silver Ring is on the same layer as everything in the caverns. Because we found Jewel of Open in second castle. Interesting. I think second castle start, or just random start and random warp locations might be one of those things that we mess around with as well, since those are new settings. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. So, like, hear me out, chat. Now that I found Spike Breaker, I'm less inclined to want... Wait, when did I do Silver Ring? I did do Silver Ring. Oh, and I found a ring at Silver Ring. I forgot about that. I should have done Holy Glasses. Oops. Your boy fucked up. And we also found a ring in second castle as well. So it is the highest complexity thing we can do right now. I think I'm going to just go and leave all rocks for later. Probably. No, but I need to do all rocks now. Yeah, I need to do all rocks now. Son of a... Yeah, my route was just not that good. I'm gonna grab this. Quick distraction from the fact that my route isn't very good. Gamble, go. Yeah, I think I could have saved Silver Ring for later if I was going to do it this way, or I needed to commit to skipping all rocks and saving it for later or something. I don't know. It is a little bit awkward knowing that I have to go to all rocks at some point to kill the boss. But I think the seed just kind of forces you into an awkward route like that if Silver Ring is vanilla. Because no matter what, you're forced into backtracking. Either you backtrack for Silver Ring or you backtrack for Holy Glasses. Although it would have been better, because I'm basically doing the route of going all the way to Silver Ring and then back, basically. Good up, positive vibes. I don't know if it's much better, to be honest. I guess I got Slogger out of the way. It does force me to basically skip Skill Wolf. I'm pretty forced to do it. How's it going, Spinut? And there's glasses. Okay. Understandable. With these glasses, it wants us to go to second castle. Wait, so what's intended flight? Intended flight... I'm going to check sword card. Intended flight might be at Skill of Wolf, or it might be a fairy card. Because Gravity Boots was step 1. And we need intended flight to get up there. So with all of this in mind, I think we might... If we find Leapstone at fairy card, then there's a chance that Skill of Wolf is something important. If we don't, if fairy card is nothing, or like a Vlad relic or something, then there's a chance that we skip Leapstone and we can just continue to skip Leapstone. What is this randomizer? We're playing Warlock. We started in second castle, and we have to kill all the bosses to win the game, as well as collect all the Vlad relics.
Because stop talking to me.
Thank you, Ibram, for the three total gifted subs with the gifted sub right now.
Sacred prescription glasses attained.
And thank you, Ivan, as well for the 100 bits. So now we have this awkward decision to make, which is... Well, I guess Gravity Boots plus Mist, because we started with Mist, also unlocks the Soul of Bat location. So Soul of Bat could be Leapstone. Ugh. I have to go to Soul of Bat anyways, because there's a boss there. However, I also very much want to go to the caverns, because that seems to be where the progression most likely is. Maybe I save caverns for later, though. It also depends on what's here. There's a lot of question marks in the air still. This is a really interesting seed. I don't think I'm playing this optimally at all. But I feel like it's a tough one to actually like figure out, you know? Library card? Oh, bastard. I haven't seen a library card in what feels like 10 million years, man. I'm gonna switch to Sulcus Shield, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, I just don't get to have library cards, I guess. That's fine.
That's my new catchphrase.
Echo.
Jizz it up, streamer.
Oh, thank you for the sub as well. Or again, Abram. So, Final Vlad, or what leads to Final Vlad, is at Spike Breaker. Ugh. So this whole glasses detour was useless. Which happens. It's fine, I guess. Hello? Don't have double jump, do we? Dude, it's kind of hard to do this reverse one. Doing this movement in reverse kind of tricky. This also is costing me quite a bit of MP. Vanilla library card? Whatever. Bastard. There it is. I need to practice my quick grabs, man. I'm so washed. Trying to get the frame perfect jump after. After wash becomes clean? Exactly. Somebody gets it. Clean and washed are the yin and yang of speedrunning. You can't have one without the other. And it's a constant flux between the two. I also am just kind of hoping that we find library cards in the shop. Kind of. We have a ton of money. Bastard. There you go. That's the jump where you just maintain momentum. Doesn't happen that often. Nothing here. I'll take the snorkel because we haven't been to the caverns yet. So that means Leapstone could still be at Skillawolf location. Not bad.
I'm interested in. I'm interested
Sprite
in.
card. Iron Shield. Is that literally the only... Double Kingstone Iron Shield? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Farewell.
I don't think the Ares was worth it. Where's my Malblung and then double Kingstone? That should be good enough. I'm the best 90% speedrunner of the game still. Well, depends on how you define best. Turn around, stupid ass. Fucking. I have the world record currently, but I don't expect that to stand for very long. I'll probably grind for a better any percent time once I'm back for GDQ. I might theoretically get a PB during practice and stuff. It's unlikely, though, because I'm intentionally nerfing myself for my GDQ practice by doing safety strats in some places, as well as playing with the in-game music. Oh, there's nothing here. Okay. So I know where Leapstone is. It means we have to play without Leapstone, but I do get to skip a relic. So I'm pretty sure that means that it has to be Leapstone there. In order for the game to give you flight, for you to get holy glasses, for you to get to second castle and such. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Leapstone is 100% at skillable. Isn't that crazy to be literally the best at something worldwide? Yes, but like it's not like I'm the best at playing basketball, you know, which is obviously not the same thing. I've been a world record level speedrunner in this game for almost, I mean, over 10 years now. So it's not that special to me. You know what I mean? But I understand where you're coming from. It is impressive and interesting when you look at it in a vacuum, but the mayor of the city isn't gonna come to my house and give me the key to the city and 10,000 prostitutes just because I get another world record. Oh, there's Leapstone. Okay, well then never mind. Layer 0 is Leapstone and Gravity Boots. No, I'm not saying he shouldn't. Maybe the mayor should. It's just the way the world works. You don't need 10,000. You don't know what my life's about. I can do that one still. That's the one for any percent that matters. So 10,000. Anyways, when you get a world record, you know what happens. You wake up the next day and you gotta brush your teeth and take a shit. Life keeps moving on, man. And maybe someday, 10 years from now, when Summoning Salt is all out of content and ideas, he'll make a documentary. Sometimes you brush your shit and take a teeth. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And those are tough times. Those are tough times. Yeah. Is it faster to go from the warp? I don't know. Maybe with fast warps it is. But we have to go to the caverns, so. The seed kind of has me running all over the place, but thankfully it would be way worse if I didn't already start in second castle, I guess. So, that's not bad. Because we don't have to backtrack for, to get Jewel of Open at least. The only downside, unironically, is finding that ring. Because if I had skipped that ring, I wouldn't have gone to Holy Glasses, which would have saved me time. And I would later figure out that Holy Glasses was nothing, so that was just unfortunate series. My gut's telling me Soul Bad is at Succubus.
Thank you.
Well, would a non-world record holder get this?
True. Thank you for the 420 donation. Thank you. Thank you. Also, yeah, I think so. I'd like to believe that people would still watch me even if I didn't have any records. Because, I mean, there's a world in the not-so-distant future. I guess if I want double Aries somehow, I don't know. Where Advent becomes the undisputed GOAT and has every world record under the sun. And then my thumbs blow off in a tragic boating accident. And my world record days are behind me. Oh, damn it. I forgot that that's how that works. Nothing! Thankfully, we had to kill that boss anyway, so not really that bad for us. Would I stream after such an incident? Honestly, I'd probably just play on leverless, yeah. Yeah, this is a interesting, not paradox, because that's not the right word for it, but I guess like an interesting observation that I've had in the last probably like 3 years is that usually the people who are the most impactful in their field, as far as speedrunning goes, are not the people who are world record holders necessarily. It is the people who are able to bridge the gap between casual audiences who are interested in a game and maybe like tangentially interested in speedrunning, and like the hardcore like speedrunning crowd. If you're able to bridge the gap between those two audiences, then you usually are rewarded for it. It's one of the reasons why like speedrunner of the year usually goes to somebody who hasn't done or had held a record in the last couple of years. You know what I mean? At least a record that people would consider like contentious or like impressive. It's not always the case, but it just happens to be that way. Like, no offense to SotN. I think he is a fantastic content creator and speedrunner. Just full stop. Like, he's incredibly talented, very smart. But and this is me being ignorant, I don't know what records he held at the time of him getting Speedrunner of the Year that people would consider, like, contentious or important. And granted, that's, like, it's kind of gatekeepy to say. I'm not going to, like, lie. It's like, oh, you have a record in, like, a side category for a game that's not as popular? Like, who cares? I don't think that's my position fully to say that that's not important, but there's a big difference, but... Whoa! Was there any Mario or Elden Bingle? I don't know what you mean by this. We might need this warp in case of Merman statue, so I'll just grab it now. You have world record for PSX Maria mode? I mean, I do, yeah. Considering I'm the only person to ever do speedruns of it. I think my run's pretty solid, though. I don't know if Small Ant speedruns Elden Ring. If he does, like, I guess to finish what I was trying to say, there's a quick grab. Never mind, I get Speedrunner of the Year for that. That one quick grab is my accomplishment. Submit this for Speedrunner of the Year 2026. What I was trying to say is I don't know what records he had or is, like, contending at the time. Same with Lil Aggie, a good friend of mine, who I think is the Speedrunner of the Year and deserved it.
New presets or new tournament? Either way, excited to watch it. Good luck.
Thank you, Mako. Yeah, right now I'm using the randomizer as an excuse to like test ideas for the fall tournament. We have some months before that. I just want to understand how I feel about specific randomizer settings. For example, we have right now all bosses as a win condition, and we also have second castle start on as a win condition, and we're playing Warlock, which is a preset that we are very familiar with from the most recent tournament. I saw the I was watching the Metroidvania archipelago multi-world. I was actually helping I was in chat helping Pooh out a little bit with some Super Metroid stuff because he could do a lot of out-of-logic checks because Super Metroid's just a game like that because he needed help. I didn't backseat for SotN, though, because I didn't want to. I felt like it's not my place. Because I think Pooh was, like, literally just sitting there doing nothing. And was like, there's no fun in being stuck in a game when if you just get, like, a little bit of encouragement from somebody, like, teaching you how to Crystal Flash. Like, hey, actually, you don't need Varia in this scenario. You have enough ammo and health to Crystal Flash and be fine. I felt like that was pretty appropriate. Maybe I was overstepping some lines. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I was hoping to help them have fun with it, because that's the whole point. Anyways, what was I saying? Dude! Hold on. Advent is like the next best SotN runner. I think it's fair to say that, yeah. I don't think it would be considered hyperbole to say that Advent is either just the best SotN runner right now across the board. But it's also hard to compare one-to-one like that. But he is the newest record holder. So. Yeah, Classic Advent, no spaces on Twitch, and I assume on YouTube. Probably posts PBs or and speedruns there, if I had to guess. But the reason why I'm hesitant to not say that I'm the best is because I think he has the time and work ethic. Maybe not the time. I actually don't know anything about his personal life or his schedule, but he definitely has the work ethic and mentality to get really good really fast at stuff. That is very obvious to me. And having that skill and dedicating your time to that skill is the most important thing if you want to be the best at anything. So I'm still holding the world record. For any percent specifically, yes. He has the glitchless record, and his glitchless record is way better than my record ever was. The reason why I'm giving so much praise is because he took that category and did the hard work of rerouting it to find the small time saves that you need if you want to be the best at something. And that mentality is the thing that a lot of people I've seen over the years, they don't really adopt that. Like, they usually won't go out of their way to try and develop their own way of doing things that actually ends up getting results. I mean, the reroute isn't like a massive reroute or anything like that, but it is a couple of small decisions that in hindsight are pretty obvious. I only have 2 Vlads. This fucking sucks. I'm just going to go second castle and hope for the best, honestly. And, like, there's nothing wrong with... And that's how most people start as well, is they see something that they think is cool or interesting, and they're like, I want to do that. Like, hey, I see this person wing smashing everywhere. That looks fun. I want to do that too. And that's normal and healthy and important for the community, for people to be like that. But you can tell when someone's on the next level when they take that idea of like, I want to do that, but how can I make it better? And then testing those ideas, implementing them, and seeing results from them. That is when people start doing that, that's how I know that like, oh shit, they're the real deal, for sure. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about a lot of people in the community, actually. There's a lot of people, especially in the randomizer side of things. It's one of the reasons why I get frustrated sometimes when rando players only play rando and don't practice the actual speedrun, which, I mean, it's their right. They can do whatever they want. And the skills aren't 100% the same, but it's like the dedication to map out rando-specific tech, to me, is like, you're so close. You're so close. You could do it. I believe in you. But I know not everybody has the same time that I do. Because, like, I get to the excuse of saying this is for my job. You know what I mean? And I still don't put that much time into it, all things considered. To be fair, I'm mostly focusing on, like, entertainment value these days instead of pure speed. And I think that's ultimately what the capstone to this conversation is that sometimes pure competition is one thing, but entertainment value and making things that reach a lot of people and encourage a lot of people to be interested in the hobby is also important. You know what I mean? And that's basically where I was getting at for those speedrunner of the years who have had it in the previous years that people have said, oh, they don't deserve it because they're not real speedrunners, XYZ, like essentially just trying to gatekeep the idea of speedrunning. Everybody who gets it is a large content creator, but the reason they are a large content creator is because they create content that people resonate with and enjoy. Like, you can't astroturf your way to being a top content creator, really. Like, you at the very least need people to agree with the content and enjoy it a little bit. Otherwise, you know, there's only so much you can do. And any way of getting people interested in speedrunning as a hobby is ultimately a good thing, in my opinion. The glitchless rule set is a little bit more strict than that because as a community, we've kind of decided that file stacking is allowed in Rando because it's cool and easy to do. But I don't think, and it's not like we've had like an official ruling on this anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that file stacking would not be considered allowed in a glitchless SotN speedrun. At the very least, the idea that it would be allowed in a glitchless speedrun for the leaderboards would be contentious. But thankfully, file stacking isn't like valuable or interesting. Not interesting, sorry. It's not valuable in a glitchless run. Like, you don't get the opportunity to file stack anywhere, so we don't have to deal with that problem. But hypothetically, if you got a random neutron bomb drop and a random, or if you tried to route in a random monster vial and a random like power of sire to kill Shaft faster or something, like that wouldn't be viable, most likely. There's also nothing stopping a TO from running a tournament with glitches allowed. Yeah, the glitchless rule set was mostly a vestigial aspect of the fact that the first version of the randomizer just could not function in a glitched setting. Like, it just wasn't realistic to play it glitched at all because the gameplay would just be find the heart refresh and win. But yeah. Nowadays, we have much more control over what the randomizer can be, and in that regard, could create glitched presets that make a lot more sense. Also, yeah, I forgot that platform doesn't exist, huh? Is there a reason why this platform isn't real? This one's real. This one next to the screen, though, not real? Is the collision for the platform on the other screen or something? I don't know. Very interesting. That's one of those things that, like, you don't really think about. What about prologue damage stacks? The reason damage stacks are allowed in glitchless is because we said so, essentially. And by we, I mean RomScout said so in, like, 2010. So. But that goes back to the whole French glitchless discussion. The level up killed my freaking shield spell, man. I think bingo is great, and I was thinking about ways of improving bingo in the future. I just think the idea of bingo is just less approachable. Sadly. It's that whole idea of, like, how do you reach a wider group of people to be interested in a thing? Randomizer is just more appealing to that wider audience, for better or for worse. What is bingo? Bingo is where you create a 5x5 board of objectives in a video game, and then if you achieve that objective, you get to mark that square on the board, and then the goal is to either get a line or get majority or whatever. Like, you can create different goals. I think bingo would be a lot more appealing from a player side of things. I'm going to shit my pants. There's no way. If... Son of a... Dude. Okay, every relic skip that we did turns out, I think, is a Vlad relic. Oops! Womp womp. It'd be like that. I still need to kill Galamoth. I never killed Minotaur and Werewolf? Ain't no way. I forgot about Minotaur and Werewolf. Well, thankfully I have to go back anyways. And I forgot about Karasamon. Okay, never mind. I'm just looking at the tracker now for the first time. I'm an idiot. It's fine. We needed to backtrack anyways. So there's a couple different ways that you can do bingo rule sets. There is lockout bingo, where only one person can get a square, so it's a race to each individual square, which creates a lot of tension, and a lot of people really like it as a format. For one, I think lockout's very good. And in lockout, you can do a couple of things. You could do first to bingo wins, or the bingo brawlers rule set is first to bingo while blocking all of your opponent's bingos wins. So they have it so rushing for a bingo isn't necessarily an instant win, because if your opponent can still bingo as well, then I forget how it works. But I don't think it's ever happened where two people separately get separate bingos. Either way. I think more players would be interested in trying bingo if... Yeah, it's kind of like tic-tac-toe in a way. Blackout is where you have to complete every single square. You have to black out the board. I mean, we ran an entire tournament of bingo 2 years ago now. Coming up on 2 years. Not my most recent tournament, but the one before that. It was fun. It was very interesting. I think we learned a lot from it, and definitely... yeah, of course it's a Vlad. There's a lot of improvements that I've had ideas for, just haven't implemented yet. I think for the actual preset itself, I think the random start location might not be that good for a couple of reasons. I think instead of giving people a random start location, I think it's better if we... Here's the idea I had. Infinite library cards given to the player at the start. However, the library cards don't teleport you to the library. They teleport you to the castle entrance teleporter. The idea being that at any point in the run, if you need to pivot to somewhere else, you can pop a library card and then go to the location that you need via the warp system in-game. Because the hardest part about bingo, in my opinion, for Symphony of the Night is pivoting to a new location when you need to. There's just not a whole lot of options for that. So I think if you give the players the ability to be like, oh shit, my opponent just clicked this square, I need to be in the caverns like now. If I try and go there manually, I instantly lose. So instead, you give them essentially a library card that sends them to the warp's like system, and you just go from there. I think you could also maybe have it so the reverse library card sends you to the castle keep warp. The reverse castle keep warp. Essentially meaning that library cards and reverse library cards can't give you progression on their own, and finding a random library card or routing in library cards isn't necessary, which I think is also kind of nice. It was just an idea. I don't know. Where's my girth? Oh, there it is. No, I'm bad at the game. Don't worry, guys. I got this. My intelligence is high enough that this might actually kill. I got the idea from thinking about how in Elden Ring Bingo, they can warp to any site of grace that they want, at any time. So when they make progress, they can go back to that location later if they need to. And I think that's a very important aspect of like bingo, is that you make progress and you get to keep that progress. That's just my current thoughts on it. Is there anything else I could be doing here for damage? Ow! Okay, I have an idea. No, I missed like all of my attack. Trying to hit him in the head as much as I can. Oh my god. This is why fighting him the normal way freaking sucks, man. And this is all because I wanted to save like 0.2 seconds by setting up the Girthang attack bonus. I did it in the wrong direction. Do you need to be good at this game to kill this boss? No. You can get the Alucard shield. Bastard. There we go. That was fun. Don't I have Alucard shield? Oh, yeah, you're right. I do have Alucard. Nah, we got him. It wasn't even a problem for a guy like me. Oh! Well, I mean, we needed to kill him anyways. Okay, so literally both of the checks we skipped in the first castle have Vlads in them. Got it. Understood. One of them is required, though, actually, because we didn't have the merman statue. Jesus, what a seed. Now that I'm looking at the seed in all of its glory... I was hoping that'd be a library card. This seed sucks. It's pretty brutal. I also don't have Gas Cloud. Did I skip Gas Cloud? Huh. I wonder.
There's a bat coming. I guess maybe I'll let it hit me and nothing bad will happen.
No! I'm trying to play the fucking game! Dumbass! Dude, I was so mad. Fluffy Kittens, thank you very much for the 10 months. That's probably the most mad I've been on stream in a long time, unironically.
I'm interested in this.
The seed casted upon itself. Power words suck.
Power words suck? Thank you very much, Ivan. Okay, let's remember to kill Minotaur. Let's remember to kill Malphas. Goddamn Karasa, man. Bum, bum. Bwah, bwah. You guys remember this guy? Well, he's dead now. Okay. One thing I also kind of wish was a thing. I've just been watching a lot of Super Metroid map rando in general, and I am quite jealous is the word I'm going to use here of how their rando works. Specifically when it comes to their win condition is kill bosses, right? And the things that you need in order to kill bosses are pretty specific, but you could also break some of those requirements if you're really skilled at the game. Symphony of the Night doesn't really have that, sadly. Like, the closest we have is, like, we have out-of-logic checks that aren't really that skillful, all things considered. Of course, this was a Vlad relic the whole frickin' time. I mean, it didn't matter, but still. I don't know. It's like, it doesn't matter how good you are at the game, you can't kill Ridley without enough ammo, enough health, Varia suit, or whatever, some combination of those things. In SotN, you could theoretically punch Galamoth to death. And it's like not that bad. The map rando is still in development. It's just, as you could probably imagine, Akari, the mechanisms and modifications required to get SotN map rando working is pretty complicated. There is and was a working version of map rando that Sestrin made, and he's been spending a lot of time essentially porting it so it works with the current Java implementation of the randomizer that we're playing right now. Essentially, the map rando and the item relic rando were separate. And now Sestrin's essentially working with the rest of the rando team to merge the two. And that's where I believe most of the time has gone. No, Sestrin's still working on it. I talked to him about it not too terribly long ago, if I remember correctly. God damn it. I waited so long to try and fly upwards, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm hoping that at some point we get a update from there. Wait, what? Chat, something went horribly wrong. I'm out of bounds? I think the randomizer's broken, guys. I think something went horribly, horribly wrong. Oops. Those are the two options we have? Damn. Oh, well. This guy? What do you mean? It's not like I'm cheating on purpose. It's not like I'm constantly clipping into walls and stuff and glitching out the game. I'm playing the game normally, just as this is exactly how you played the game in 1997 in your grandma's basement, I imagine, right? This looks normal. Where am I going? Oh, yeah, mermaid statue. Did I already do this? Dude, I hit that clip first try. Come on, that was pretty epic.
I'll guide you to meet your destiny.
Where is he? Huh? This large rectangle is talking to me? You're a freak for that.
I'm interested in this.
This shrooms are wicked, dude.
You know what it is? I just believed in the art of the clip, right? Sometimes you just have to tell yourself, you have to manifest. I will do this because it is the funny thing, and sometimes the universe wants the funny thing to happen. Ow! What did I bonk on? Because if I miss that clip, I do look a little bit like an idiot, but, you know. Hey, on the bright side, skipping Merman statue was correct. I think that's where Gas Cloud is. In fact, that has to be where Gas Cloud is. I'm pretty sure. Ah! This is another reason why we need the Xbox 360 rando to get like fully supported with all of the SotN.io stuff. Because if I do the floor clip in the Xbox rando, this doesn't happen. The graphics load properly. And people don't yell at me. I remember the area looking like this when I was a teenager, but I also did a lot of drugs. Yeah, exactly. So those don't exist, positive vibes. Otherwise, I would have played them, yes. Thank you, Rogue, for the 39 months.
I'm finally back from my stint on YouTube's awful chat.
Oh, is this true? You've broken free of the YouTube chat curse? Yeah, we played Rondo of the Night. But like, as far as I understand it, new rooms or new map layouts basically don't exist fully. I mean, they kind of do, but not really. Like, custom map layouts are technically possible, but not a lot of people have made them. Like, fully customized ROM hacks like that just don't exist for SotN. If they did, I would play them for sure. We played SotN or Castlevania Ass. What was that? It was an acronym for something. That ROM hack also modified some rooms slightly. Like, those things exist. Slight modifications to rooms or zone connections is possible. But, like, from my understanding, like, a brand new castle layout is most likely not possible without essentially rehauling the entire game. But I could be wrong. How's the decomp project going? I think you could just look up at how the decomp project is going on GitHub. But I imagine slow and steady progress is still being made on it. Yeah, the DS-Vanias also are so much more customizable than Symphony of the Night is, you know? Like, modding the DS games is like nothing compared to SotN, because everything's loaded on a cartridge, so everything is loadable at the same time. SotN being CD-based means that certain sections need to be loaded in via, like, actual load zones, you know? Like, the disc needs to physically spin to the correct location. Or virtually, that is. You get what I'm saying. I made SotN enemy rando. You did? And you didn't share with the class? The hecky? What in tarnation? May I play this SotN enemy rando? Or you mean the enemy rando that randomized the stats of, like, shuffled the enemy stats? That one? The one that we played, like, a year ago? Or are you just memeing? Coin? Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about it. Karma coin. Attack. Yes. Exactly what I needed. Me when I require head. Let's go. And it's 4:20 currently? On the clock? In real time? This is the best day of my life. I don't have enough MP for another shield spell. No. No. Fine, I'll girth it up. An hour and 10. So I played this pretty poorly. And I was expecting this to be a longer rando preset in general because of Warlock being kind of a slow start. But I didn't feel too bad about it. I also played like an idiot and did a weird route at the start that lost me a lot of time too. So, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about this, YouTube. I'm conflicted about this specific preset, but we're going to mess around with some more ideas in just a second here. So, and by just a second, I mean tomorrow for your time. So if you want to stay up to date, subscribe or join the live streams on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. And I'll see you next time, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.